Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. So today it's a cold, snowy, windy day, but we're going to run you through a tiny house update. Now, I know a lot of you got a lot of weather, so did we. We got 7 inches of snow and like a ½ inch of sleet on top. And then this weekend, we got some super cold temperatures coming, possible of -20 actual degrees with a wind chill at -30. I don't think it's going to happen, but you never know. And with what's been happening this winter, anything can happen. But let me show you what we got done. Now, we're going to try not to get crazy snowy. Yes, I am in shorts. So, there's our ghetto tank that we've been catching rainwater with. And I do want to mention right off the bat, we've been getting our drinking water from the main house or springs, but we've only used about half of that water. I keep getting to fill it up with our new system. And then we got this little guy which turns on the heater if it gets cold out here. I'm going to close it up though because I don't want that to freeze. But we've been doing great on water. Nothing's froze up through some serious cold temperatures. We've been working out here. Now, as you can see, we got the ceiling insulated and I started getting the wood up. It's kind of hard to work in here because you can't work outside. You'll notice the gas heater that was in the tiny house is over here now. That's because this heater is now going in here because we realized that is way too big for the tiny house. And I'll tell you what we're going to use when we get inside. Here in this box, we have a toolbox. Harbor Freight was having a huge sale. This is a rolling toolbox. And then I also ordered a workbench that's going to go over there. But it is going to come in later in the month, I think. But we are moving right along. Be working on electric and lights. Finish these last few pieces of wood. Start throwing up trim. Get toolboxes out. Start getting tools loaded in here. And be able to get this whole mess organized. But we've been doing even more inside. Let's go check it out. All right, so we come inside. You can see we just started putting up pictures and different things. Now, this is our new heater. This is an Ashley 1100 BTU. The reason we chose this is because we realized the other one was going to be way too big. And it also has a perfect home. We're going to take out the dog door and put it right there. That dog door, even though it's got insulation inside of it, still leaks cold air. So the idea to take that heater, and it'll fit perfect right there, cover that up, insulate it all from the outside. It's vented to the outside. We'll put our tanks back there. It'll be perfect. So that was a simple solution. Now, I have filled up this side and this side with block before we got this snow and all this weather. Now we have been throwing in a piece or two of this slab wood. What that does is it just lights up and burns real fast at a high rate of BTU. Then the blocks have the longevity. So overnight we'll throw one piece of that in with some blocks on top. And it gives the perfect balance of a quick burst of heat. And then it maintains throughout most of the night. We do get up once to fill it usually, unless it's nasty cold. Now we have had some seriously cold nights. I think like -12 with wind chill was one of the worst ones. The house does fine. The house never drops below 60 degrees even when we don't get up to fill the fire maybe. So we haven't had any kind of problems. The upstairs does stay considerably warmer than the downstairs, but in an upcoming video I'm going to show you how we figured out how to regulate our heat much better, and it's not what you would have expected honestly. But it actually is a super simple way to move heat from one room to another. But we have to go into the kitchen so I can show you some of the changes in there. All right, so as we're passing through, this is the charging station. This is basically to keep lights going in case the power went out. And then the other preparatory, obviously we've got our solar box charged up. But we have some water pulled here just in case the water was to freeze. And I don't think it is, but you want to be, you know, prepared for whatever happens. And I guess I'll give you guys a peek of our dinner. Got chicken legs there all grilling up in there. So, one of the biggest changes is right there. We had an old 1080p TV there. And I just found out something interesting. You no longer can buy anything under 32 inch in a 4K or 2K TV. They don't make them anymore. Don't know why. But a 32-inch TV would be way too big there. That 27-inch monitor is almost too big. But that's an Asus TUF monitor. It's just basically a computer monitor. It has HDMI ports so you can plug in TV stuff in it. It's just a really nice picture. It's 2K, and it was a very reasonable price. Now, we have computers hooked up to it. I do editing, filming, all kinds of stuff on that TV. Plus, we watch stuff like TV when we're eating and stuff and YouTube. So it just kind of works out perfectly. And I really believe that's a great investment because we also took that old TV and another TV and gave it to some of our grandkids for their rooms. So kind of passing it on. It feels good to do it that way. Now, I don't show you guys our house when everything's perfectly clean and beautiful. I show you our house the way it really sits. I did the dishes. My wife's got her bread maker out from where she made homemade bread last night. But this is real world here. Now, the bread maker will go get put away. You know, the thermos goes under the sink once it's clean. But you can see we have a lot of stuff on our countertops because there's not a lot of room in this tiny house. You have to put everything away when you're done, and everything has to have a home. But this is real world when you live here. It's not pretty all the time. Like you guys saw it during the construction time, there wasn't nothing in here. I mean, every drawer here is stacked with stuff, you know what I mean? But another vast improvement we made is in the bathroom. And this is my wife's happy thing. We got a stick-on shelf and a stick-on shower head holder that's lower so she can reach it better. That was a little high. She had to stand on her tippy toes to lock it in safely. So we got her this one, and it also bends. So if you want more like a rainmaker, you can do that. Or you can bend it up and have a regular shower head. So it just makes everything a lot easier for her. And we did put up some decorations in here. There are more coming. Unfortunately, with the weather, nobody comes and delivers at our house back here because the lane's a mess. But everything's been working real well. I got a video coming up. I got to edit it about the composting toilet as well as the toilet paper we use for our composting toilet. All right, continuing on upstairs, we got even more pictures put up, grandkids. And up here, we got Missy's walk pad brought down here. I've even been using this. House sandals. Those have been a game changer. I'm not a big slippers, sandals person, but our friend Sherry got us these for Christmas, and they are so nice on these extremely cold nights. Because you can slide them on. They actually have a lot of traction on the bottom so you don't fall. They're not just slipping everywhere. And on these floors, it can get crazy. But you can see we look a little more moved in. New picture frame with rotating pictures. I'm getting a little bit of stuff set up here. Going to start editing a little differently. But one of our biggest changes is there. And the matching piece is there. And the matching desk is there. So all those are off Amazon. And they are the kind that are the canvas. All right, they got the canvas drawers. They come in a box, you just assemble them. Same with that one, same with that one. Now, I thought they were going to be really chintzy and really bad. And they're actually really, really good. Really sturdy. Way more sturdy than you would ever think. They're not super expensive. I think we have, I don't know, $120 or $150 in all three pieces. And it is just absolutely worth it. I mean, obviously you have to sit down and put them together, but still absolutely worth it. So much nicer. It looks nicer. It's more organized. And then, of course, we have the gun cabinet down here. That was a necessity. Had to get that down here, get it all loaded up and put away. But then I got to show you guys one of my favorite features. Now, you'll notice the bed's a little higher now. We took the new mattress we had, which was a Lucid memory foam, and switched it out with our old mattress, which is an innerspring mattress. And it is so much nicer. But we got a tablet holder. So now we can lay in bed and just kind of adjust it to whatever. You know, if Missy's watching, I do it like that. If I'm watching, I just turn it that way and down. That way the light doesn't reflect off the wall. But basically we can just, you know, sit in bed, watch our tablet, everything you want to watch. And it also is nice because on the real cold nights, we like to snuggle up and we'll turn something on this and watch it rather than sitting over on the couch and just kind of snooze off watching a show or something. Now I have a ton of material sitting around. I have a cart full of stuff I need to order off Amazon for more materials of stuff to improve the house. Like I said, we've got a lot of wall hanging stuff coming that can't even make it here right now. My truck is actually sitting up with a battery charger on it now because the battery won't hold a charge in these temperatures. This morning alone, it was -7 with wind chill. It was actually real feel, like real temperature, -2. So I haven't been able to get a lot of stuff done. I actually have my gutter stuff has been here for almost 2 weeks. And I can't go assemble it because it's too cold to use the sealing glue, the silicone. So I'm just at a standstill now due to weather. I had not anticipated that. The plumbing at the main house did freeze off. And we did get it back on, but after this weekend, it'll probably freeze off again. Our house plumbing down here in the tiny house, that's not a problem. It's not freezing off. I would be really surprised for it to freeze off. But I just can't really get a whole lot done. So I've been getting a lot of little stuff done, little cleanup jobs, and just spending more time with my wife. It gives us an excuse to curl up and watch some things that we've been wanting to watch. Eat some good food, make some good meals, and just spend more quality time together. She hasn't been going out and doing any gig work lately. I mean, we've basically just been bed bound or couch bound for like 2 days, honestly. But I just wanted to bring you guys up to date where we're at. There's going to be a lot of huge changes in the next 30 days if we can get the weather to hold off enough to get stuff here and get the things done we need to do. But at least it gives you an idea of where we're moving towards, and I think it definitely, at least to me, looks a lot more lived in now, which is what I want to show you guys, because I'm not going to go clean up every single thing when I make these videos, because that's not real. Our real life is we keep it pretty clean. It doesn't take much to get a tiny house dirty, just in case you didn't know that. Like, you can drop your socks on the floor and the tiny house looks dirty. But we're making it more of a home now, and that's the part that I really like. So if you haven't already, and I don't know why you wouldn't have, go down, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, so let us know in the comments what you guys think of this tiny house. Once again, I'm going to ask the same question I ask every time. Could you live in this? Talking about 500 square feet. Could you do it? Because I'm telling you, we're loving it. We're loving every minute of it. And I'll be bringing you more information like, what does the electric bill look like down here? What does it cost for this? What does it cost for that? I want to update you on how much this lifestyle costs, the goods and bads of it. I do have a full video of the bads of the tiny house coming up real soon. But I'll see you in the next one.